You're listening to Mark of the Maker. Hey everybody, I'm Mark Steiner and you're listening to Mark of the Maker, and this is episode 128 of the show. So we're going to do a little, we're going to have a little conversation. We have a slightly smaller crew today. We have Mr. Sean Kendrick.
Hey, hey.
We have Mr. Tom Crine.
Hey, guys.
And our friend Michael Birch is currently... He might be about to crack, as he often gets at leading into a show. He's doing New Orleans show prep as we record this, and we didn't want to add to his stress. He didn't want to add to his stress wisely.
It's hard when you're getting ready for a show. Like,
yeah, man.
You always think you can do more than you actually do.
Right. Plus, Homeboy's doing all kinds of weird, complex stuff anymore, right?
Like making shit from scratch.
Right. Making screws, making pivots. It's awesome.
I love it.
All right. So Michael's off taking care of business, getting ready for that show. By the time this publishes, that show will be long since over. But it is what it is. So here we are. Let's take care of business up front. Sean, you want to start us off?
Yeah, first off, I want to thank all the good folks who are part of our Patreon. You folks are patient, and we really appreciate it. You keep the lights on, you keep the mics moving, and you help motivate us. So keep that shit up. Know that we're here, we're going to keep doing this, and that you help make that possible. And if you aren't part of our Patreon, maybe consider going over and give us $1 or $2 every month. Just head to patreon.com and search for Mark of the Maker. It's quick and it's easy. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Relatively painless.
It only hurts when the needle goes in, Tom. Once it's in, it's like an IV. It just keeps on a-coming.
We appreciate you guys.
We do. All right, next up is Giant Mouse, our friends at Giant Mouse Knives. You can find them at giantmouse.com. Or what's their Instagram, Tom? Giant Mouse Knives, all one word?
Giant Mouse Knives. That's it. It's just Giant Mouse Knives. Type that in and it comes right up.
There you go. So you can find them at Giant Mouse Knives on Instagram. They have been sponsoring us for a while. We really appreciate them. They're making very cool stuff. I saw some recent teaser of some sneaky drop stuff coming up, which is very, very interesting. I know Jim's always got some crazy projects with knives and watches and all the shit that we tend to like. So definitely check them out. They have some cool stuff going on. The knife I would like to highlight today is the Ace Farley, which I think I've talked about before because I have one of the all brass or bronze versions, which I think is the way they had originally did that slip joint, the Farley. They have one called the Farley V2. It's very cool. It's got a little bolster in the front, and they have a carbon fiber handle with the tie bolster, and they have green canvas. This is a really pretty thing, right? Green canvas with, what is the bolster? Is it brass? Yeah, brass bolster.
Brass, bronze, something, yeah.
Yeah, really nice color. Nice pairing. So go check out Giant Mouse Knives. We appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
Beautiful work.
Tell me what you got.
So I'm going to give a shout out to Paladin33. If you're over on Instagram, at Paladin33. Their website is paladin33.com. Got to see Josh this weekend. Always good. They got some new stuff. In fact, the guys at my booth, I think 3 of the guys that rode down with me came back with new bags, including nice. Zach. Zach got one of the new Outback Omegas. No, the smaller one, the Outback Omega Cordura. And he's loving it. Another cool thing I saw that they've got an insert that will go in the Outback now. And basically it Velcros in and it's got space for like elastic loops and stuff so you can like secure stuff inside. So pretty cool.
Nice.
one of the cool things with the Outback is there's like different ways to hook it. So like Zach has it hooked so it doesn't like, you know how when you wear like the standard one over your shoulder, it kind of hangs weird.
Yeah.
He's got it set up where it hangs like parallel to the ground, and when you swing it around, it's like ready to open. It's pretty cool. It's not at a diagonal.
Huh.
So it's pretty cool. You can also wear it as a chest rig. So I think he's got one chest rig and one regular strap, the different places hooked.
Awesome.
So yeah, they're continuing to make some cool stuff. I got a 6-pack knife case from them. Pretty cool. I like it. And we'll go over some of that stuff later. But yeah, they're bringing the heat.
Josh is a man about town. That dude gets around.
Yeah, that is true.
Did he have with him, Tom, do you know the new sling strap that they have?
I think maybe Zach has that on his.
Yeah. When we use these bags in Europe, that was the one comment my wife had is, one thing it would be really nice is like a little bit more comfortable strap, because when you wear it sort of crossbody style,
right,
that webbing gets kind of on your neck, especially if you wear it all day long like we were doing. And now they have a 2-inch wide enhanced sling straps. I'm going to have to get a couple of those because...
One of the nice things with how Zach is wearing his is it pulls it more down over your shoulder instead of sideways against your neck.
Yeah.
So it seems to be more comfortable.
That Zach's a tricky one.
Yeah. Tricky.
Tricky. All right. Thanks, Josh, for your support of the show. We appreciate you, man. We also want to point out to our listeners that the Pacific Northwest Custom Invitational is coming up August 2nd, 2025 in Seaside, Oregon. We've talked about this show a number of times in the past. Did a wrap-up or two from this show previously. It's a great one. Get out to see some folks at a very low-key but super fun show with a very interesting lineup of makers. So check that out if you have the opportunity to get out to the Portland area. Again, Pacific Northwest Custom Invitational, August 2nd, 2025. You can get information about the show at shop.pnwci.net. And by the time this episode comes out, they should be getting really close to releasing tickets for the show, but you'll want to watch the website for more. And then last but not least, Arizona Custom Knives. We decided we're going to do ArizonaCustomKnives.com as their website. Arizona's been sponsoring us for a while too, which is awesome. And thankfully, because we talk about them every episode, it seems like, because we're always pointing at something cool on their website. So that's how we are going to do this, I think, moving forward is when we do the read for Arizona, we're going to pick something cool. And I just have to tell you, I did not have to go beyond the first page, because today's drop of knives at Arizona, even the first page of new knives is pretty freaking awesome. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Loveless, which is pretty freaking cool. One of them, as Tom very astutely pointed out, is a Delaware made. Tom, why don't you tell the kids at home, for those who didn't listen to the Loveless episode, why they should care about the Delaware made?
This is a very, very early Loveless. Like really before he like even got his style. They're really cool, leather stacked. I think maybe some of these were even made on the ship.
Yeah.
So, very cool. I wonder if the sheath says Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh, that would be super cool,
I don't
wouldn't it?
see it.
No.
But yeah, super cool piece. Lots of history right there for $6,000.
Yeah. Go listen to our Loveless episode if you haven't, because we talk about the Delaware made, and this one has somebody's name on it, but you know what? I would be our minker to own that one.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, really.
So there's a bunch of Loveless on the front page. There's a pretty cool Bob T 75th anniversary.
Yeah.
One of my favorites on the front page is there's a killer Dietmar Kressler fighter. Absolutely stunning mosaic Damascus blade, blued guard, case color guard. Just stunning. Plus, by the way, there's a Sam Lurkin
These will all be
Wicked
much
fighter.
further down the page by the time you hear this,
Yeah.
but you can search it because they put new stuff out every day.
Right.
There's a Salmonero sword on page 3.
Really?
Yeah.
A
Pretty cool.
Salmonero sword.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like I'm saying, there's so much cool stuff on here. If you check every day, you're going to see a lot of history and a lot of cool stuff.
I'm ashamed to say I did not even know that the Salmonero short sword existed. And now I know.
Well, that's the thing. I'll tell you a little story, a little short story.
Oh boy.
I didn't know one of my knives existed.
What?
So I've got a drawing and I was like, I'm going to make this. I totally forgot that I'd already made it. So I've got it out. I'm thinking about it, going to make it. Have no memory of making it. One of my good collectors posted up a picture of his knives and it was right there in the middle. I was like, holy shit.
Oh,
I've been doing this too long.
oh boy.
Kind of funny though.
Yeah. This Monero blade is $379 blade stock.
Wow.
Dang.
I saw the picture. I'm looking at the back of the handle and I'm like, holy shit, that looks thick. It's like,
It's a spine on it.
yep. So go to Arizona Custom Knives, check out their stuff. It's very, very cool. Thanks, guys, for your support.
It's good seeing you at the show.
Oh, that's right, because that's what we're going to talk about, isn't it, Tom?
It is.
Episode 128 is Tom's recap or wrap-up of Blade Texas 2025.
We had a really good time.
It feels like there's a lot of Blade shows. How many Blade shows are there? Are there 3 or 4?
3. So, first in the year is Blade Texas, which I'm going to highly recommend. This is one of my favorite venues. Of course, I haven't done Blade West yet, but this is one of my all-time favorite venues as far as knife shows. One, it's easy for me to drive to. It's about 5.5, 6 hours. But once you're there, like we put our car in valet parking and we didn't get it out the whole time.
Nice.
You can walk to the venue from most of the hotels around. There's restaurants everywhere. If you need to go a little ways, it's super easy to, grab an Uber and what a great venue, right? So that's Blade Texas. It's in March. In June is going to be Blade Show Atlanta, which is the biggest knife show in the world. 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's kind of a crazy show. It is overwhelming. You will have to hustle all 3 days to see everything in the show. Like, for real. It's just that big now. And then in October is Blade West, and we'll be doing it for the first time this year. So we're doing all 3 shows this year.
Wow. The full complement.
Well, I mean, we used to do the Gathering, and the Gathering, I guess, is no more.
Yep.
They've not really announced that, but it feels that way. We're 2 years out, and no information, no communications, no nothing. So I'm guessing it's done.
Long hiatus.
Well, especially with no communication.
Yeah.
It's done. Which is sad. I liked Vegas. A lot of people didn't, but if you don't drink, you don't gamble, you don't do drugs, and you don't do hookers, Vegas is a pretty fun place.
AKA, you're no fun, right, Sean?
Pretty much.
No. I mean, there's all sorts of like music shows.
Talk
Food.
Talk about the fun governor kicking in.
It's literally a foodie mecca now. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I have a good time in Vegas when I go.
If you like to eat, Vegas is a good spot, no doubt.
That's probably why I like it.
Yeah. You need to do a little legwork, though, man. Not all those restaurants are created equal.
No, don't just buy the hype.
Oh, yeah. And
you're just going to spend a lot of money.
Do not do a buffet in Vegas anymore. That was in the 70s and 80s. That's not where it's at now.
I have to say,
I have heard there's some good ones, but quality has its own kind of quantity, right? But I'm trying not to be that guy anymore.
The Wicked Spoon thing was decent last time I was there. I thought it was good. I mean, we just did it for lunch, but it was good.
Yeah.
So, All right.
But anyways,
This show's not about Vegas, Tom.
I know it's not.
So 3 blade shows, you're doing all 3. I think maybe even we talked about that earlier, maybe our season 8 kickoff.
Yeah.
What, so what was your run up to the show look like? Was it a shit show, Tom? Was it a mad scramble like it oftentimes is?
Anymore, I've done enough shows that I don't really, it's not crazy anymore. It used to be like Blade Show, it got crazy. I'd have 50, 70 knives. I'd work a month and a half and you wouldn't pay your bills and you'd be broke and, all this stuff. And I just don't play that game anymore. It's not worth it. I found that if you've got too much stuff on your table, it's hard for people to make a decision and they just keep walking. It's also nice to have all your bills paid and actually know that you can afford the hotel when you check in, right? So my stuff, the way I approach shows has changed drastically in the last, probably 5 to 10 years. And I've been doing shows, quite a while. This year I'll be making knives 32 years this year.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's much less stressful. And that way, the way I also, if you're watching me on Instagram, it looks like, or Facebook or social media, it looks like I got nothing together at any time, right? And that's kind of true. And it's also kind of not true. I do a lot of prep work, just so that I don't have to scramble as much, At any given time, like right now, I probably have at least 500 heat treated blades in the shop, probably more, may not be exactly what I need, but I can make knives if something happens. So I personally did some prep work the week before quite a bit. We decided to do a collaboration for the first time. So we did a little paring knife. We took 11 of them. And I basically ground the blades and Ben did the handles. So he does a really cool bamboo texture. And so that gave us both a little bit of money, right, without being panicked. Ben, on the other hand, he still wants to bring more. He bites off more than he can chew still.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I mean that's common. It's what we all do. And I left a piece on the table. I just put it up tonight, got it finished. But as I get closer, I can be more realistic because of my experience, right? So I know, hey, I need to start finishing stuff early, and that way I've got stuff that I don't have to worry about, and I can leave stuff on the bench. It's actually nice to leave stuff on the bench, right? Because then when you come home, it's there and ready to finish or almost finished. So I took 6 folders and a couple new fixed blades, and Ben brought, I think, 6 fixed blades, and then we brought the collaboration pieces. So
6
pretty good
folders.
table.
Look at you, man.
Yeah. So I had, we got a new blade shape. I was actually heat treating blades running them the week before and heat treating them. We got a clip point now in the Alpha.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Previously I'd only done 2 of those for TKI shows back in the day. And always liked them. I wasn't quite exactly happy with them ever. I mean, I liked them, but you know how sometimes they need a little bit different touch or something. And
yep,
we'd been working on it, and I got them where I was happy. The lines just were a little off, but got everything squared away, and I was able to bring 2 frame locks and 2 liner locks of those. So I was happy there.
Nice.
I did a hammered Zerk piece, which was the first time I'd lottoed one of those, just flat out sold it. So that was kind of fun. And then I had Koa and copper bolstered Alpha for open bid. So that was my show pretty much.
Very nice.
Yeah. Ben, it was crazy. Ben basically sold everything but one knife before I sold anything. It was kind of crazy. I was like,
wow.
Nice work, Ben.
Yeah, showing up the old man.
Yeah. No, his work is really good. His fit and finish is probably better than mine at this point. You know, the worry stones really help with that, and he's, you know, younger, steadier, better eyesight, all that stuff.
You should probably just never say that out loud again.
Oh, it's true.
I'm just saying.
I'm okay with that. It's time for me to start, you know, I'm getting older, so.
No, wait.
It's
It's
all
time
good.
for you to sabotage him and throw him under
That
the bus in a public forum.
Is exactly right.
No, you always want your kids to do better than you. So.
He said no one ever.
Sean, after this, we'll get together and start the rumor mill rolling.
I've already started. You hear my keyboard?
About the Ben scandal.
No. He's doing good. He's coming in and doing good work, and he's learning a lot.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he learned about the little probe in the heat treat furnace tonight.
Ooh.
I'll be buying a new one tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
It's a good thing we have 3 furnaces.
You know, I probably wouldn't sabotage Ben if he hadn't stolen that Kronk right out from under my nose.
Oh, I did get to see Gresnia at the show.
Oh,
I talked
yeah?
to her for a little while.
Nice.
She's like, now, who are you? I said, my son bought the Kronk in New York. She's like, oh, yes. You want to sell it? And she's like, her eyes got bright. And we carried on right where we left off.
Nice.
So she had some really good stuff on the table.
Oh, I
That's
bet.
That's another website that I never go to, and I should probably go there more often.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was our work up to it. Ben ended up leaving. He had a new knife he really wanted to take. He ended up leaving 2 of those on the bench, and we left at like 11 o'clock at night,
Yeah.
which sucked because it's a 6-hour drive. So we got in at 4:30 a.m. on Friday, the day of the show. So we didn't get much sleep. We got a few hours, but yeah.
This checks out. Crime Boys are crazy road warriors. That's a very consistent story.
I'd been up since I went to the work around 3:34 that morning because I had to get my stuff done, and I thought we were leaving at 4 because so Zach, my youngest son, went with us. This is the first time he's been to a show in 6 years.
Wow.
And so he's teaching now. So he took the day off, took a personal day, got off school at 4, and we were going to leave right after that. So I was ready, but we didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, I made it. We started driving. I made it we went down to Fort Worth or Fort Smith to pick up Trent, one of our friends. And I made it about an hour after his place, and I was just like, oh, I'm done. So I switched off and slept for the last 2 hours, 3 hours.
Usually the pictures that we see from Tom from the road make me want to get to Gentry and like get on the bus sometime. Because
Ben slept from get-go. He was asleep. He was asleep 10 miles out of this. Well,
Come
I take that
on,
back.
man.
We stopped and ate it at Chick-fil-A right before they closed. And yeah, he made it maybe another 15, 20 minutes after that, and he was out.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with this pattern with my offspring as well. You hit anywhere near a food stop and they are wide awake.
Yeah.
And then
I was
out.
starving too, so it was good. And then when I passed out, Daniel took us the rest of the way, so that worked
Nice.
out great.
I have a feeling, Sean, this is like Fear and Loathing with less drugs and more snacks.
Many more snacks.
Dude, I'm just going to say nerd clusters are the bomb.
Oh, boy.
Those and Red Bull. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Rachel and Shade are both big on the nerds clusters. I know that there's 2 bags sitting in there in our little snack thing on top of the microwave.
Nice.
That's
Myself, I find them horrid.
Oh,
really. That's some
I'm
restraint. Usually if there's a bag, it disappears.
We're trying to eat a little better nowadays, man. And my thing's the goddamn chocolate-covered pretzels.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
You have no idea how many of those fucking things I can put away in a sitting.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, for real. And then I discovered the white chocolate covered pretzels, and you can do a sandwich that's a regular chocolate pretzel with a white chocolate pretzel, and together they are greater than the sum.
Right.
Now, do you put peanut butter in between those?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, God, dude. Now, once again, don't get me started on fucking peanut
You
butter.
sent him down on the spiral.
I mean, I could eat peanut butter until they had to bring a forklift and take a wall out of my house to get me to the doctor.
What's pretty funny, like growing up, like my kids they're like, we're hungry. And I'm like, they're eating like food and shit. When I was a kid and I told my mom hungry outside of a meal, I got a spoon of peanut butter and maybe a glass of milk. That was it. You know what I'm saying? It's like things have changed.
Totally picking up what you're putting down.
Amy's go-to to this day from her childhood is a scoop of peanut butter packed with chocolate chips.
Yeah, throw some chocolate chips in there if you got them.
Homemade Reese's. That's her thing.
Yeah, we never had candy, no cereal, no sweet sugar cereals, nothing. Like I can remember like getting the coconut down and being like, ha, 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 and eating that, you know,
Oh,
or honey and peanut butter.
Sweetened coconut.
Oh yeah, love that stuff.
You know, sweetened coconut and peanut butter actually go pretty good together.
Well, I can see that.
Coconuts
Wow,
on
we
my
digress there.
Coconuts on my no-fly zone.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's because it's got like that funky texture.
Oh man, I just got some. They're dates and coconut. That's the only two ingredients, and they're so good.
Oh, I'd fuck that up. I love dates.
Right? Me too. It's really good. I'll get you to send me your address, and I'll send you a bag.
All right. Okay, we're totally off topic here.
Yeah, all right. Back to the show.
And I'm hungry.
People want to know this stuff, though. I feel like they need to know.
Sean's going to step away for an urgent matter, a.k.a. go to the snacks.
I'm going to go eat shredded cheese out of the fridge.
Done that.
The late night, wake up in the middle of the night, handful of shredded cheese.
Well, I got up pretty early in my normal time Friday, so I didn't get much sleep, but Luke was in town, so me and him went and had breakfast, which was awesome. And then I went to the show. So, the show is bigger.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty big now. Like it's probably at least twice what it used to be, maybe a little bit more even.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gotten bigger. Like I had a hard time seeing everything in the one day I had to kind of go around. Really good turnout with the exhibitors, and you know, it was really great. A lot of good stuff. Seemed like a lot of people coming through. It didn't feel the same as like maybe some years in the past, like maybe not as much excitement, but it's hard to tell. One thing I don't like is the splitting of the times that you can get in, and I understand why they do it. They can make some money and whatever, but I really don't like that. It feels like it cuts some of the excitement, right?
Yeah.
And just talking with some other makers, it feels like maybe, you know, used to you come to the show and you knew a lot of people, right? Because of the forums or whatever, USN especially. And I don't feel like that's there. Of course, there's still people that are friends and groups and stuff, but it doesn't seem like that total unity that we used to have with some of the show, you know, USN forums when they would show up to a show. So there's that, but overall it felt pretty good in the show. Of course, the economy's a little soft, so that may have affected it some, but overall I felt really good about the show. That seemed like a lot of people moved through, and we sold pretty good. So
Nice. This is in no way a commentary on Blade Show, but how was the money in the room, Tom? How did that part seem to go in general?
I felt like maybe it was a little soft, right?
Yeah.
But I don't see, the thing is, it's like, I know there was a lot of people there that I didn't see, and it's hard to tell what's causing things, but it feels like shows back to back 1 week apart are kind of bad, right?
Yeah.
And I think Noki was supposed to be in April. I don't know what happened, but 1 week apart, like I had people message me wishing that they were going to be there, but they're going to be at Noki and stuff like that. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how much that affects it. It has to affect it some at some point. Cause I know a lot of people that are going to Noki, right?
Yeah.
So how that affects it, I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, especially when the closely competing time-wise show is specifically focused on higher-end pieces generally, right?
Yeah, it's got to pull some money out of the room.
Seems like it.
So hopefully they can figure that out. But yeah, it felt good. It felt good. A lot of people came by and talked. A lot of people were like, "Hey, I listened to you on the podcast." Passed out some cards. Possibly got an interview coming up. You know.
Yeah, it sounds out working.
I'm trying to do my part. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun interview too. But anyways. So yeah, I think the show was good. I think a lot of people show just walking around and talking. A lot of people weren't having good shows.
Yeah.
When I talked to them and asked them what they're doing to try to pre-sell, get people excited about your stuff, a lot of them aren't doing anything.
Oh. So
it's like, well, maybe you should do some stuff, do social media, be on the groups, interact, get people excited about your stuff. So when they show up, they know what you're bringing and they know that they're excited about it. Right.
Right.
So I don't have all the answers, but it just seems like that makes sense. The days of just showing up at a table with the same stuff that you always bring and the same stuff that everyone else has is not necessarily the recipe for success anymore.
Yeah, we're kind of in this short attention span world, right?
Well, the economy's soft, so you gotta work for everything you can get. Sorry, that was I don't know why my watch does that sometimes. I don't know, it's just talking to me.
So Tom, we've seen this whole, we saw the rise of the world of slip joints, right? And maybe the reincarnation of the world of slip joints might be a better way to say it. It was always there, but there was this boom for a while.
Definitely more popular. Definitely.
Yeah. There was a strong presence of slip joints, I can only assume, especially at the Texas show.
Yeah, for sure. There was. It's interesting the things that I saw at the show, kind of what stood out.
Yeah.
Lots of slip joints.
Yeah.
Really, really nice stuff. Seems like the ABS presence was pretty strong. The Guild presence was pretty strong.
Yeah.
Lots of kitchen knives.
Oh, I bet.
Kitchen knives are very popular right now.
Yep.
Tech-wise, really nice printed sheaths.
Yeah.
There were several of those.
Interesting.
Which were pretty awesome. They work great. There's a new company in Germany that's doing printed titanium handles. They're really nice.
That's cool.
With printed sheaths. It's like some really cool technology there, right?
Yeah.
I really like that. Gonna plug a company I'm designing for now. Chad and Les's company, Defiant 7.
Oh yeah.
They had some really good stuff. And I'm being straight up front. I'm one of their designers now. But I picked up one of the M320s. I don't know if you've seen those.
Oh yeah.
The fixed blade that has the injection molded handle.
Yep.
Dude, if you like World War II fighting knives, World War I fighting knives, this is about as close as you can get to something like that made modern. And it's super clean and it's stabby. The Kydex sheath is really nice. You can put it either way, it goes in the sheath either way. Yep. I pulled all the belt stuff off, threw them on, put it inside the waistband, carried it for a couple days that way. It's a big knife to roll out. Kind of cool.
Yeah, when we had Les on, Les George, didn't he talk about those molded handles? Like they'd had those made a while ago or something, right? And maybe these are just coming together. Maybe that was a separate project I'm thinking of.
I think maybe they were just like finishing it up.
Okay.
But they've been out for a little while, and they had them at the show, and I got to handle them, and I was like, these are really cool.
Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, a lot of really neat stuff. Seems like the kitchen knives and the slip joints are the big things at this show, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, really cool.
Speaking of slip joints, I just sent you guys pictures. My buddy Daryl Lambert got one of the coolest slippies I've seen in quite some time at the show. And he also got your open bid, didn't he, dude?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Shout out to Daryl. Good dude. I don't know if he listens or not, but if he does, hey, buddy.
Well,
and anyway, the slippy he got, man, just phenomenal work by a dude named P.H. Jacob. And I am not sure how to describe the blade shape. Rhino-nosed, hog-nosed.
It almost feels like a cotton sampler almost.
Dude,
but it's not.
It's not a traditional pattern, I don't think.
It's really cool.
Yeah. And for you guys out there, I'll share pictures of it in the group. You'll get to see what I'm talking about. But super intrigued by this piece. Like the way the cutout is at the front of the blade, it looks like it should kind of open like a one-armed man's knife.
Yeah, one-armed.
But then you see it in the closed position, and I don't know if there's enough of a hook there to catch the corner of the pocket or the seam of your pants or whatever. And it intrigued the heck out of me.
Look at the spring on that thing.
Oh, the file work on it's immaculate.
Yeah, it's like a really badass rope file work on the spring.
Yeah, really deep rope work.
Yeah, it's really nice. He got some nice stuff at the show.
Yes, he did, and it was his son's first show, and I believe that he had a fantastic time as well.
Pete Carey he got is pretty nice.
Oh yeah,
I got a chance to talk with Pete Carey for a little bit, and it was really pleasant.
Always,
it's always nice when you get a chance to talk with someone and just kind of one-on-one and.
Yeah, have a real conversation, not just an in passing. How was your trip? Where you staying? All right, I got to go.
Exactly.
Pete and Olivia are good people, man.
They really are.
That's all there is to it. Always a pleasure to chat with them.
Yeah. That's a cool piece.
Yeah, one-armed man knife. That's exactly what I thought when I saw it at first, Sean. But like you said, there's just not enough hooked forward. Like it could do that, right? If it was just a little more shape to that nose, but. Yeah, I think rhino is a good description. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah, it's like a clip point nest monk.
Right?
And now not like the
recurve.
self-defense rhino.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the actual shape of a rhino's snout.
Right. No silent sentry disposal action. This is like a rhino snout, yeah.
That's what suppressed handguns are for.
Damn straight. That and looking cool as shit.
Heck yeah.
They're just fun.
Mm-hmm. Dude, my ears ain't getting no better.
What all did you buy at the show, Tom? We saw you looking like a
I mean, you're kind
out.
of making an assumption there. I don't normally.
Right.
No, I did pick up some really cool stuff, and I was even gifted a really cool piece of material. Alex gifted me a nice piece of titanium, the crystallized titanium. So I'll have to figure something out to make with that. That's cool. But the picture you're talking about is me at the Current booth, which, are you guys familiar with Current?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got
Mark.
a couple slabs of stuff from them out in the.
Yeah.
Oh, more than a couple. Jeez.
Why don't you
A
explain
lot.
them for the kids at home?
So Current is a U.S. based phenolics manufacturer. So they do a lot of micartas. They do G10s. Like if you buy a G10 from Macecraft, odds are you're buying Current material. It's kind of cool because it's like I like using it because it's USA made, right? So, and it's really good quality. So it's one of the two big manufacturers of materials. They had some new stuff. Like they always bring like new prototype stuff and vintage stuff or whatever, showing off. And they had some really cool stuff. So they're starting to do like smaller batch stuff, like 1x1 squares. And they're doing like all sorts of different, vintage looking rag micartas. And one of the things that caught my eye was a piece of G10, and it's Tiffany blue rag. So it's got Tiffany blue, FDE, and OD G10, and it's all mixed up in rag. And I kind of hate Tiffany, but this looks really cool. So I was like, we're going to buy a piece of that. And Ben's already cut some of it up.
Nice.
They had some really cool burlap stuff, alternate layers with like burlap and linen. I got a couple different colors of that. And then they got a new blue linen, and I picked up 4 pieces of that. And they had some vintage, like 30 or 40 thousandths canvas, natural canvas liner material, and I picked up 5 pieces of that. So when that picture was taken, I was actually counting the money for her, like counting the material. It was like $20 a piece, and then the big G10 piece was $75. And anyways, yeah.
Tell me he had his glasses down his nose, the whole deal. He was deep in negotiation.
I just paid what she was asking. So, no negotiation.
Worst negotiation ever.
I figured it's cheap enough. I mean, I'm not usually that guy, although, sometimes, but not there. What else did I get? I went to the RMJ booth and saw Ryan and Hannah. I got one of the little clubs, the bigger clubs that they made. With the Texas Lone Star on it. They had one this year. And I don't know if you saw it, but Vero Engineering has a new bit driver. I got one of those.
Oh, that's cool.
It was really cool. I picked up the Defiant 7 M320, which we already talked about.
Right.
I got the Night 6-pack folder holder from Paladin 33, which is really cool. And then my big spend for the show was Liam Hoffman was there, and I picked up a Wood Bullet, which is a new axe model that he's doing in collaboration with Buck and Billy, I think.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw something about that on his
it's designed for splitting.
Yeah.
And I didn't have one, so I was like, probably need one.
Right.
Even though I have a wood pellet burning stove, I probably need an axe to split with, because you never know.
Yeah. Hello.
Right? So that was what I got.
Nice.
I went by Lynn Ray's table. I really want one of his X-ray Bowies, but he'd already sold it. So that was going to come home with me, but it didn't. And it's probably, I wanted it. It's probably better that it didn't come home with me. Because as soon as I got home, I spent all my money anyway. So
probably better it didn't come home with me, because then we had gas money to get back. And
well, I needed a new Pearson pallet system for the little mill I got, so that's ordered.
I needed it.
Yeah, I ordered belts. You know how it is. It's like tie connector order. That's not inexpensive. And anyways,
adds up
the
fast.
Fun stuff. So yeah, I think I did pretty good. I showed I got 2 sets of wood scales also from Kieran's Koa. giving him a shout out. Neither one is Koa.
What?
So I know. He had some black and white ebony that was amazing. I picked up a set of scales of that. And then he had some Siam rosewood. It's the most I've ever paid for a set of scales, and it is the most stunning set of scales I've ever seen. It's amazing.
Like real swirly?
No, it's like quarter sawn oak, but grain like Koa. It's really hard to describe, but it's got more figure and chatoyancy than anything I've ever seen.
Interesting.
So I don't know what I'm going to put it on. I don't know if I'll even use it. It's such a nice set.
We can use that for Mark's Hydra. That's what we're going to use that
I'll
for.
pull on Michael Birch. It's like going. I'm just going to enjoy owning it.
It goes into the material vault, never to be seen again.
Yeah. Another thing about the show that I really enjoyed. I got to share a meal with my boys and Trent and Daniel that went down with us, and then Alex, and I can't think of his. What is her name? Oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. Knife maker, really good. She's doing Alex's assistant, or she's learning from him. I don't know. I can't think of her name though, so I apologize. Counted on me getting Alzheimer's, probably. That's it.
Alex, you got to explain who Alex is.
Alex Harrison. Shit. I'm bad with the last names. I can look. Yeah, Harrison. So he is a knife maker that I met actually down there. I think maybe 4 years ago. But he's out of Kansas City. Matt Martin he's kind of a Matt Martin protege. His work is really clean. We've been friends ever since.
Nice.
But we got to share a meal with Anders Hagstrom. So I hadn't really met him before, and he hasn't done shows since. Wow, he hasn't done a show in 6 years, I think is what he said.
Really?
So yeah, really cool. Got to hang out with him for a little bit, and that was really cool.
Nice.
So
Anders Hagstrom, great knife maker.
Yeah, really good fit as far as friends, our friend group, and yeah, seemed really good.
Excellent.
So yeah, his work is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And I guess I knew this, but I didn't, but he was Scott Slobodian's apprentice.
Really?
Yeah, he apprenticed under him for, I think, six years, maybe. I don't know.
Check that out.
It's been a while, but yeah, his just amazing work.
Anders Hagstrom, Kirby Lambert, all from the branch of Slobodian tree. Is that right? Didn't Kirby?
Yeah, I didn't know about Kirby, but yeah.
Oh, maybe
makes
he
sense.
didn't. Maybe he was just a super fan.
Yeah,
I'll have to go back and listen to our own episode on Kirby stuff. Anders Hagstrom, we've talked about his knives before in our picks episodes. He's got some super cool stuff. Some very cool work. Buoys with ring handles and all kinds of crazy stuff.
A lot of bronze work.
Yeah.
So
super nice. All right, Tom, let's talk about Blade Show Awards. It's always kind of an interesting thing.
Yeah, it was a fun show. It seemed like there was a lot of really good stuff. Do you want to cover like the factory stuff first?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let me send you guys a link.
There's some pretty cool stuff in the factory stuff.
The stuff, it's interesting. Some of the stuff still is very basic, right? When you're looking at the award stuff, and it's like some of the stuff is like next level,
right?
And the stuff that won is really, really amazing. Best in Show and Best Imported Knife was a new company to me. I'd never seen this company before, and it's called Pokio, I think.
Okay.
Pokilo? I don't know how you pronounce that.
Pokio, maybe. Poikilo.
Yeah. And I went by their table and looked at their booth also, and their work is pretty damn amazing. Like it's not just looks good, but it works good. The clips all work. It goes in your pocket nice. And this, in my opinion, probably wasn't even their best design on the table out at their booth. So give them a check, check them out. But really interesting design and immaculately built.
Yeah.
And they're a new company. I think they've just been around since last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Amazing stuff. Really, really, really nice work.
What do you know anything about the company, Tom?
I don't.
We'll have to read up about them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about them at all. I think it's a Chinese company.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's so hard to know if stuff's being made by other places and then marketed, but I think they're making it. So,
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely to me, it's got a very Euro kind of design. That's what first impression.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, I thought this was a European company because of the name. It sounds kind of that way, but no.
Maybe even with like something from our friends, the Danes.
That feel, it has that feel.
Yeah.
I just pulled up their website. Hold on, I'll send you a copy. So it's founded in 2021.
Wow.
But I'd never seen it before this show.
Good looking knife. Let's keep going. That best American made knife. That's a good looking knife, man, for a factory knife.
Yeah. So it's a Bowie. So best American made knife is actually a fixed blade, which is pretty cool. This is a Bowie, maybe a 5.5, 6 inch blade, and it's got a hamon.
Yeah.
And the handle is really well shaped. It's got a brass guard. And the crazy thing is the sheath is made by Chattanooga Leatherworks, and it is epic. It's a great sheath. So the package on this, it was like, it just blew everything else away. It drew your eye when you looked at the table, right? So it was kind of cool.
And it's a keyhole.
Yeah. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, for the kids at home, they should go look at this and we'll put a picture of it. But like keyhole into the guard with a hamon with a very nice handle. Yeah, great looking knife, man.
Yeah, the ergonomics on it were really good too.
Yeah.
I know that.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it's not inexpensive, but it's literally like custom level quality, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
We didn't say the name. It's the Dauntless Manufacturing Clift, Clifft.
Yeah, it's a really nice piece. What's crazy is best EDC knife was also Dauntless.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I didn't even realize that.
Very different.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy that a fixed blade won this because it was mostly folders.
Yeah.
There was two that were very close, and it came down to this one. Dauntless Manufacturing. To me, this knife has a very early CNC feel, like the handle, right? When you look at it. But the fit and finish is really nice. It feels great in the hand, and the sheath that it comes with is pretty amazing. It fits really nice. Well thought out product.
Yeah, man.
Easy to fit in the blade with the pocket clip on the sheath, and yeah.
Very nice.
Best fixed blade was the OSP Viper, another really nice knife that the sheath worked really well. No sharp corners on this one. I personally am not in love with the handle material on this one, but the knife overall is really, really comfortable and solid.
Is that like some faux tortoise phenolic kind of stuff? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, but but overall the knife is great.
Look, it's a good looking knife. Got really nice softened edges all over the place, looks like.
Yeah. Nice lines on it.
Yeah.
Very, very useful blade shape. Best folder was a collaboration between ProTech and Vero. Brown canvas scales and very Vero look to it. Obviously ProTech build. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what the judges had to say. It won because it's badass.
Yeah, that's a great quote.
I like it. All right. And this is the tool you were talking about? This Vero maintenance thing?
Yeah, so it's got a really large diameter barrel, which allows you to grip it easily and apply torque, a lot more torque than the skinny ones. Not necessarily a good thing on the little screws because it seems like people put too much torque on them anyways.
Guys out there snapping them off is the thing.
Yeah, if you don't use a heavy hand, it's very nice. Like it's very easy to slightly snug it down, and if you get one that's stuck, you can remove it easily. So I really liked it. I thought it was cool enough that I went by and picked one up. So
say you bought one, right?
Yeah.
Does that little bit holder that is with it, does that somehow attach, or is it a separate piece?
No, it's like it closes, so it's printed, so that's 3D printed.
Yep.
And then it's got magnetic closure. So
yeah, that's cool.
It just flips close, and you can slip it in your, and it comes in a little wallet type thing.
Okay.
It holds both. So
I wasn't sure if there was some clever way that it attached to the driver or something.
No, it comes with a nice bead, and it's like a nice little toolkit for your knives.
Yeah.
Also not inexpensive. Probably the most expensive bit driver I've purchased.
Really?
And I've got a lot of bit drivers. Unlike Michael, I like them.
He only uses boutique drivers, Tom.
Yeah, from Lowe's.
Right. Cobalt brand with a K.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Right. But I really like bit drivers, and I like different bit drivers. So I've got probably 6 or 7 different manufactured drivers, and it's kind of nice to keep different bits in the different drivers. So I know if I see the Black Circ driver, it's a T7 or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like I can look and know that this is the driver I need. So this is another one. I've got a T15 in it, I think. So yeah.
Nice. So this was the best of the rest category, Vero Engineering Vortex Tie Maintenance Kit.
Yeah. So this is like, if you're wondering what best of the rest is, it's like pins, bottle openers, razor blade knives, stuff like that.
Notice how Tom did not say fidget toy.
Well, this is kind of like a fidget toy, but yeah, you could put fidget toys in there. There was like golf divot repair tools, stuff like that.
Maybe the age of the fidget toy is over.
It seems like it.
Maybe we can rejoice.
I think there's still fidget toys out there, and I think people still use them, but I don't really see them at the knife shows anymore.
They were definitely
they're still
rage for a while.
There's still people that do it. Like it seems like there's a little like keyboard key clicker, stuff like that, that are still selling well, but not at the shows as much anymore. No spinners.
No, maybe I should have narrowed it to spinners. All right. Factory knives. So that's it for those, right? Let's go to customs.
Yeah. So the custom stuff was pretty amazing. I walked through the room, right?
The judging room?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the Bowie table was crazy.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so yeah, best in show and best fighter went to Franco, and the Damascus and Mammoth on this is amazing. The fittings are they're like blackened. It's a beautiful piece, or maybe Damascus or Damascus. There was so much really nice Damascus at this show. Holy smokes. Yeah,
this best in show, best fighter definitely looks like a piece that this picture is not doing justice to. It's a good picture, but
I like what the judges said. We felt this had the best technical aspects with the gold inlay and engraving. It's a very long blade, but has a short feel and is very easy to maneuver. I love that.
Yeah, man.
So yeah,
It's
beautiful.
much
piece.
cooler than just saying it's quick.
Right. Yeah, that's
Beautiful knife.
just elegant.
You should consider this, Tom. You should consider dropping the whole Tom Crine nonsense and go with Tomas.
Right.
Just one word. Put a nice little exotic accent on it.
Yeah, I like it.
You could do your little morning video intro thing. Good
Hello,
morning, everyone.
It's Tomas.
Tomas.
Hello.
Delivered in a German.
Yeah, I don't know if I could pull that off though. I don't know if my stuff's cool enough to be, Tomas.
You might not be a one-word name thing. That's fair, but
I like it. I just don't know if I can pull it off.
we'll work on it.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. Starting here, maybe that's how we'll introduce you on the show. Knife maker Tomas.
Hello.
Hey, is Tomas here?
Hello. We're here to make.
Fantastic.
So it looks like they had a runner-up. So best in show contender and custom folding knife from Tom Overunder.
Oh, yeah.
Overunder?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Phew.
This piece is amazing.
Yeah, buddy.
Like the pearl on it was pretty awesome.
Why don't you explain it to the kids at home who are listening in their car or whatever?
So you're looking at a two-blade jack with a spear point blade with a pin blade, and the bolsters are engraved with looks like gold inlay also, and some amazing mother of pearl.
Yeah.
Just perfect. I like what the judges said. There's nothing wrong with this knife. That's pretty
Solid endorsement.
right? I mean, you got to look over there and see the judges. So the judges are like, who's who, right?
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. But 100%, there's nothing wrong with this knife and everything right with this knife. So well done.
See, if they'd have
Well deserved.
finished the sentence that way, it would be better.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong, everything right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous knife. I 100% do not have anything this fancy in my collection. I probably should aspire to that. Fancy.
Man, I don't
Gold engraved, jazzy.
think I can aspire to that level. I don't have the
pretty.
I don't have the funds, I don't think.
Yeah. I think a piece like that is a perfect one to scoop up, like we've talked about in recent episodes.
Yes.
Old stuff popping up, go scoop up a cool art kind of piece. I mean, that's a slip joint, but it's kind of solidly in the art slip joint category. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Oh yeah.
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 But sorry,
Beautiful.
I digress. Best art knife is next.
Paul DiStefano.
Yeah.
DiStefano? I don't know how to say his name.
Yep.
I guess that's got to be close.
Damn, look at that thing.
Look at the guard on this thing. So,
Oh, yeah.
For those of you who cannot see it, it's a high contrast Damascus wasp waisted art dagger. Looks like ebony and ivory carved handle with. I mean, is that Zerk for the guard and pommel maybe, or is it blued steel? I can't tell. But the guard. The carving on the guard reminds me of like Wolfgang Lorchner's type work.
Yeah.
Looks like some crazy file work and just like beautifully finished. And the cool thing is sometimes pieces get too busy, but this seems to all work really well. Like it just, the texture and the finishes all come together to an amazing piece on this.
Yeah. It's a very elaborate guard. This is one people will have to see the pictures of. It's multifaceted, but super flowing and organic looking.
Yeah, and it matches the blade perfect because the blade has like some really cool it's not fullers, but like
Complementary
the
shapes for
profile of the blade back at the back.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like this piece.
Fantastic. I can't tell from, I don't know.
Seems very almost like the blade is very thick. It feels like
This
almost triangular.
the handle is all carved too. like relief carved, and it looks like there's a design. I don't know.
Bats. I think it's bats.
Oh, is that what
yeah,
that
it
is?
feels like bats.
Oh.
Or is it, I don't know, is it dragonflies in the blade or flowers or what is that?
Dude, the blade looks floral.
Yeah. I guess the
amazing.
guard looks kind of floral almost too, right? Like the leaves on the base of the plant or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's beautiful.
And the bat carvings actually kind of have the face of a fruit bat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Wow.
The details. That's one of those that the closer you get, the more you see.
Right. It has a cohesive vision executed with no flaws. I could buy that. Fantastic. Ooh, the boy is gorgeous too. Damn.
It's our friend David Lish.
Yeah.
I got to see this one up close and personal, and it was, like I said, the whole Bowie table, like there was 20 or 30 knives on there that were mind blowing.
Yeah.
Like every single one of them. And this one, ooh,
That is
very,
a
very
beauty.
special. That guard on it is really cool. It's a Subhilt D guard.
Subhill D guard. Yeah. Yeah, that's a solid description. I assume David's Damascus everywhere. What a cool piece.
It's a big piece too. It's rather large.
Yeah.
And I got to see some of his stag folders also, which were really cool.
Oh, he's Mountain Man.
They're really cool.
Yeah, that's the knife that he walked me through when I interviewed him at the Pacific Northwest show. He had one he wanted to show me. That was very cool. All right.
Best Damascus,
Oh,
Pedro Fornari.
Yep. Look
And this,
at that guy.
I didn't see this piece, but it feels like if you roll it, it's going to have that chatoyance.
Yeah.
It feels pretty crazy just looking at it in a picture.
8-bar Turkish twist. Super beautiful. Is this like a kitchen knife? I don't even know what to call this knife with like the shape of it being so skinny.
It almost feels like a gaucho type.
Yeah, I was going to say it's
there you
got an
go.
Argentinian feel.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go.
That's what I'm getting out of it.
Yep. Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. Pretty awesome piece.
Yeah. Damascus flows right up and through some, I would love to see.
Well, it looks like it's almost integral.
It absolutely looks like it's integral. That's what I was saying. I would love to see how he put this together. Does that all load from the back, that pearl?
Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
Because it's got pearl under it, but it looks like it's all one piece. But
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
How, Pedro? How? Wow.
Beautiful work.
Yep. All right. Oh, there's one here.
Evan Nicolai's got best custom EDC. Really good looking folder. I like the lines on this.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
That is a good looking knife. Slim. I like slim.
Yeah. It's like I don't know what kind of blade shape that is. It's like almost a upswept Wharncliffe. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
What would you call that, Sean?
Dude, kind of a reverse Tonto sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit of a semi-skinner thrown on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Interesting blade shape. Looks very useful.
It does look
Yeah,
useful.
it's slim.
Yeah.
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 Very cool. Best custom hunting knife. Josh Fisher. It seems like last year, I think Karis might have won this, or maybe Josh. I don't know. Their work is amazing. I stopped by and talked to them. They're really doing clean work.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm a fan.
Yep.
So, well deserved.
We should have one or both on the show.
Both.
Both would be good.
Yeah. I talked to him. They teach classes also. So I was talking to him about that a little bit.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
All right.
Best custom kitchen knife, Luke Delmer and Richard Patterson. This knife. So a lot of kitchen knives, the handle and the shape of the blade don't work, right? Like you don't clear your knuckles or the blade shape doesn't rock well. This knife looks like, from a function standpoint, it would be beautiful to use.
Yeah.
From a looking at it standpoint, it's absolutely beautiful. The
Right.
Damascus is really nice, and it looks like it goes right into the bolster. And then the sculpted, looks like possibly ebony or blackwood handle is just, it just looks comfortable. Like
Yep.
I would like to use this in the kitchen.
Oh yeah. Beautiful, beautiful kitchen knife.
Yeah. And there was a lot of kitchen knives at the show. So, and a lot of really nice kitchen knives at the show. So, yeah, to win best kitchen knife is something, because there was a lot of nice kitchen knives at the show.
Yeah, man.
And then Evan Nicolades picked up a second award for best custom slip joint. And this is, what is it called? What is the wine, the knife for opening bottles and stuff?
A sommelier.
Sommelier's knife.
Sommelier tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's fake tortoise.
Oh
It
boy.
don't look it.
No, it doesn't look like it, right?
No comment. Move along. Nothing
Look
to
at
see
that.
here.
Look at that corkscrew, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's hand filed.
I was going to say that's some Richard Rogers madness.
Yeah. And that little blade on the end for cutting the foil. And just,
Yeah.
this knife is beautiful.
Yeah, pretty.
Probably not what I would slip in my pocket, but it's definitely a knife that has a purpose, right? It's
Oh, yeah.
purpose built.
Mhm.
And it's just beautiful.
Yeah, that's
If you
fantastic.
pull this out to open a bottle of wine, people are going to notice.
Yep.
But yeah, SNX picked up two awards. Evan Nicolades, his table, he had some awesome stuff on the table, so
Bet. Not bad.
well deserved. So Mac is machine assisted custom knife, right?
Yeah.
So best Mac knife was Jared Osher, and this knife was also amazing. Jared does some really clean work, and this did really well.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Is it pearl?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's really nice.
Mokutai.
Pearl with Mokutai,
Very, very nice.
and very nicely hand rubbed blade. I don't like to do it, but I know what it's supposed to look like, and that's it.
I like to look at it. I don't like to make it.
No. Best of the rest went to Josh Taylor. So SNX was across the aisle from me.
Yeah.
Jared was like right behind him, and Josh Taylor was just down the row. So our row, I felt like I should have won something, but I didn't.
They didn't pull you along?
No.
Oh,
But this was a really cool, this sword cane.
yeah.
Pretty good sized, and that bird head at the top is like bronze, and felt very much like a plague mask almost. This
Yeah, right.
this had a really cool feel to it, and it was like you could do some work with it. Even without taking the sword out, you could do some work with that pommel
Right.
on the end of a stick. But this was beautifully executed, and if you look at it, it's a big ass sword that comes out of this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty wide, and you could ruin somebody's day with it. Beautiful piece.
You know what this says to me, Sean? Next year, Tom needs a sword cane at the show.
Oh, who don't?
And pack of wood. Whew. Mm.
That's a lot of damn pack of wood.
That's like, if you made that out of pack of wood, it'd probably cost $500. I mean, that stuff's stupid expensive. I don't get it at all.
That'd be like pack of wood.
I'd be like losing money on this piece. I should have made it out of koa
I can tell you, buddy, Tiger Maple ain't cheap.
compared to pack of wood. Oh,
Yeah, all right.
yeah.
Sword cane. Hey, shout out to the sword cane. That might be one of the coolest fucking things ever. I'm still, that whole idea of a sword cane is so cool.
Feels like there should be more of them, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think there should be more of these in the world.
Sword cane is like a gentleman's combination weapon.
Yeah, I feel like everybody should have one. Joe had a is it Burger? Who's the South African
Yeah.
maker?
Yeah, burger sword canes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one of those, and that was actually really fun too. Like
Oh yeah.
like I could get in trouble with this because I try to take it places I shouldn't. But
Heck yeah.
what neat weapons. But
I would 100% feign a physical
A limp?
issue, right, to be able to walk around with a sword cane.
congrats to all the winners.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well deserved.
Really felt like there was some good stuff at the show this year.
Yeah, some super cool stuff. Very nice. Well, Tommy, we got anything else to talk about with this show?
Man, I don't think so. I think it had a great time, and yeah.
You'll be returning.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be there next year.
Nice.
Sometimes I think it'd be nice to do what Michael does for like Blade Show sometimes in Atlanta, but man, it's just hard for me not to do the show. So I don't know.
And when you say it would be nice to do what Michael does, you don't mean stay home.
Yeah, no, yeah,
You mean go to
Or-
Blade
or-
Show just to hang out.
yeah. Like Lucas Burnley came to the show, didn't exhibit, but got to hang with people, and I got to share a couple meals with him, and
Yeah.
just talk shop, and it's just seems like that would be perfect because there's no stress. Of course, you're not going to make any sales, but what I've done with shows has changed anyways over the years, so it's not what it used to be, and I think maybe that as time goes on, that may be more and more desirable for me. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, buddy. Something to be said to go to just hang out. Or in that case, right? Lucas is a guy who is like a networking marketing machine who's very, very good at it. So,
Well, yeah, and that's the big thing about going to shows still, I think, is important.
yeah.
But I just may not necessarily need to have a table to do that. Yeah, you
do
might
it,
do
he said.
might do better without one, honestly. But
Yeah, but
Pacific Northwest show, that's what I'm doing. Not bringing stuff. At least not planning on it at this point. I'm planning on going out and hanging out.
did you hear that waver in his voice, Sean? I'm not bringing stuff.
Yeah, that's weird, but
His hands are shaking.
so also here, I'm going to throw this down too. I'm thinking about road tripping out there. It's 31 hours. So
If you do that, you must document it.
oh yeah, I'm probably going to be getting a new vehicle soon because mine is about to give up the ghost. It feels like. I mean, 190,000 miles on a Chevy Spark is pretty good.
Pretty solid.
I mean, but wasn't ever my dream vehicle. Shocker. But
I'm personally offended.
dude, I've driven it for over 2 years. It's done good by me.
200,000 mile Chevy Spark has earned its keep. Let's just say
It
that.
doesn't owe anyone anything.
No.
Like it's nothing.
It should just be off in the pasture enjoying the rest of its life.
Yeah, I just need to give it away to someone.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I get a new vehicle, I'm definitely road tripping out. So
Because that's a smart thing to do. Buy a brand new car and then drive it 31 hours each way.
I won't buy it right before I leave. I'll have it for a little while. It'll be broke in. But
It'll have 180,000 miles by the time you get back. Your new car will be as bad as your old car.
no. We do all sorts of road trips in our cars. That's just kind of
I
life.
know.
And it's like, then I drive 3 miles a day for the next like 3 months.
Right.
It all evens out.
Yeah,
But rental cars are so expensive. I mean,
it's true.
it's cheaper just to drive out and have a vehicle.
Yep. Rentals are
Sarcasm.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the pitch he's giving to the wife. It's so much cheaper for me to just buy a new car. Come on.
Here's the pitch I'm giving her. So I'm like, what about I road trip out because we often go to like Rocky Mountain or whatever. It's 12, 14 hours, right?
Yep.
And then back. So that's like 30 hours I'll drive out, you fly out after the show, and we'll road trip back, and we'll get to see part of the country that we don't get to see normally.
That's actually not a bad plan.
Right? And we'll like drive, see stuff, stop, and just take our time.
Yep. Fly her out so she doesn't have to endure the whole madness.
Exactly.
Is smart. That's your only likelihood of success.
Right? I feel like it's a good plan. We'll see.
I wish you luck. It might work, though. It might work.
Could be awesome.
Yeah, man.
So, well, cool.
All right.
Yeah, that's my Blade show.
Thanks for wrapping it up for us, Tom.
Thanks for sharing with us.
Oh, thanks for sharing, Tom.
Sharing is caring.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thanks to our friends on Patreon. We appreciate you folks for all of your help and support over the years. It's been actually years since we've had that in place. And we also want to say thanks to our sponsors, Giant Mouse, Paladin 33, and Arizona Custom Knives. We should appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah, thanks.
Appreciate you
folks.
guys.
All right. That's it. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Later, guys.
Bye.
To learn more about our makers, you can find Tom Crine in his Facebook group Crine Knives or on Instagram @Crine Knives. For Michael Birch, check birchtreeblades.com, Facebook group Birch Tree Blade Works, or Michael's Instagram @BirchtreeBlades. For my own projects, I'm on the web at raygundivision.com or check my personal Instagram @msteiner. For those interested in photos, references from the show, or discussion about the show itself, you can always find us on the web at markofthemaker.com, in a Facebook group called Mark of the Maker, or on our Instagram @markofthemaker. Last but not least, credit for the ultra cool and haunting background music we use for the show. This is a piece called Noir Guitar by Stevie's Amp Shack, found at the Free Music Archive and licensed under Creative Commons CC BY 4.0. And as always, thanks for listening.